Have you ever been in this situation? You care deeply about someone. You make the effort. You're the one who checks in first, who reaches out, who tries to keep the connection alive. But the more you give, the more distant they become. Hours turn into days and you start questioning yourself. Did I do something wrong? Why do they ignore me when all I've given is my best? Here's the harsh truth. The one who loves you most often ignores you the most. And surprisingly, it's not because they don't care. It's because human nature is wired in complex and often contradictory ways. Today we're diving deep into the psychology and Stoic wisdom behind this painful paradox. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why it happens, and how to turn the tables with self-respect, clarity, and emotional strength. Let's begin. First, the paradox of familiarity. Distance creates desire. Think about when you get something new, your dream car, your first luxury item, or even a new phone. At first you're obsessed. You admire it constantly, you take care of it, and you treat it like something precious. But as time passes, it becomes part of your routine. You stop noticing the details that once amazed you. The shine fades not because it's less valuable, but because you've grown accustomed to it. This is exactly what happens in relationships. When someone is always available, always caring, always present, their value becomes less visible. Not because they're worth less, but because their presence is predictable. Familiarity breeds indifference. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to stay mindful of impermanence, because everything and everyone in our lives is temporary. Remembering this helps us appreciate people instead of taking them for granted. Second, love is not always loud. Sometimes it hides in silence. Not everyone expresses affection in the same way. Some people were raised in environments where love was spoken openly. Others grew up in homes where love was shown, not said, through support, through actions, through quiet presence. Their love is subtle, understated, sometimes even distant. That doesn't mean it's weak. Seneca said that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Instead of assuming someone doesn't care, consider that their expression of care may simply look different from yours. Love doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. Third, ignoring is often a test, not a rejection. It may not be intentional, but people sometimes pull away to see how you react. Do you panic? Do you beg for attention? Do you spiral into insecurity? Or do you stay calm and grounded? This distance is often an unconscious way to measure the strength of your emotional foundation. People want to see whether your sense of self-worth is solid or dependent on their presence. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to dwell on the beauty of life, not the approval of others. When someone becomes distant, do not collapse. Do not chase. Stand firm in your own identity. When you stay composed, you show that your worth is not tied to their attention. Fourth, love doesn't require constant reassurance. Many relationships break because one person constantly seeks validation. They need to hear, "I love you." They need proof, they need reminders. But this isn't love, it's fear. True love doesn't demand endless confirmation. It trusts. It flows. It breathes. Seneca teaches that real strength comes from within. If someone truly cares, their actions will show it. And if you constantly feel the need to reassure them, or to be reassured, it may be a sign that the relationship lacks emotional safety, not love. Fifth, the fear of vulnerability can create distance. Sometimes the people who love you most pull away not because they don't care, but because they care too much. Vulnerability is frightening. Opening up your heart gives another person the power to hurt you. For many people, this fear becomes overwhelming. They retreat, not out of disinterest, but out of self-protection. The Stoics believed that emotional resilience is essential for growth. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's courage. If someone pulls away, understand that it may be their own fear, not a lack of love. Sixth, emotional walls are built by fear, not by lack of affection. People carry wounds from past experiences, betrayal, heartbreak, disappointment. These wounds create walls, not to shut you out, but to guard their own fragile places. Sometimes the person who loves you deeply seems cold or distant because they are terrified of repeating old pain. Seneca encourages patience. Everyone is fighting a private battle you know nothing about. Approach their walls with empathy, not resentment. Seventh, self-reflection is the key to understanding distance. When someone pulls away, the mind immediately blames itself. It must be me. I'm not enough. But often their distance has nothing to do with you. They may be overwhelmed, struggling, confused, lost. Stoicism teaches that you cannot control the actions of others, only your response. Before jumping to conclusions, take a step back. Look at the situation with clarity instead of emotion. Sometimes the kindest thing you can offer is space. 8th, some love is selfish, and that's simply the truth. Not all love is pure. Some people love you because of what you provide. Attention, support, comfort, resources. Their affection depends on their needs, not on you. This is transactional love. It's not evil, it's human. But it's important to recognize it. Seneca reminds us that not all love is unconditional, and expecting it to be will only bring disappointment. You must learn to invest wisely. 9th, the more you chase, the more they pull away. This is one of the most universal dynamics in human psychology. When you chase someone, you signal desperation. Desperation signals lower value, and lower value causes distance. It's the law of reverse effort. The more you push, the more resistance you create. Like trying to hold water in your hands, the tighter you grip, the faster it slips away. Stop chasing. When you focus on yourself, you become naturally magnetic. The Stoics believe that self-control is true power. You don't need to demand attention. You simply become someone worth noticing. 10th, the most powerful love is the one you give to yourself. At the end of the day, the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. When you love yourself deeply and sincerely, no one's distance can shake your peace. You become immune to rejection, immune to emotional manipulation, immune to insecurity. Marcus Aurelius said that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you master the art of self-love, you become whole. You no longer need others to complete you. You no longer crumble when they pull away. You rise above, grounded in your own worth. Remember, love is complex, but wisdom is simple. Choose peace. Choose self-respect. And above all, choose yourself. If this message resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe.